Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. If you're watching this, of course, at a later time, happy day, whatever day it is for you. Since this is a live stream, I know I'm going to probably keep it up for now. So some of you might be watching this at a later time. And if you guys know live streams, it takes a couple minutes usually for people to jump on. So I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. And if you need to, you can always just scrub through, fast forward to the beginning of this practice if you do watch it at a later time. Today, those of you who are just joining, welcome. Again, I'm just going to give it a couple minutes for everyone else to jump on. So if you'd like to, the chat is open. I have Mr. Guru moderating for me, so hopefully we'll keep some spam and whatever randomness out. But if you guys want to say hello, please say hello. If you're joining me from South Florida, especially, I'd like to know if you're here from my Sunset Beach Yoga crew. So please feel free to drop a hello in the chat, and I'll just get started in a couple minutes. So if you're not familiar, this is episode 2. I just started. For some reason, I thought I had more episodes already, but I guess not. So episode 2 here. And what my intention is with these classes is more of a fitness-based flow. So mindfulness still, incorporating mindful breath, but not necessarily the Ujjayi breath of yoga. So when we do more cardiovascular movements, sometimes breathing out through the mouth is actually better. So in some of those instances, I'll be breathing out of the mouth in some of these practices, rather, I should say. And yeah, the purpose of these power hours is to get our blood flowing midday, especially. So instead of having to grab something with caffeine, we can just move our own energy, and then also notice how that produces and provides more energy for the rest of your day naturally, instead of having to lean on or depend on, I should say, an external substance. We have everything we need within our body, including our breath, to engage some of that energy. So, Luke, hi, Luke. So, Eric, let me know about sound, and Luke, if you want. And then again, today is a mindful kind of, I'd like to call it like a mindful workout. So it's going to be a lot of like functional fitness mixed with balance and yoga and core based stuff. It's more of, I would say, yeah, like an upbeat, more strength based cardiovascular workout with core stuff that I do. Those of you who are not familiar, I also am certified in functional fitness, and fitness has actually been something of my focus and passion for most of my life. I've always been a movement enthusiast ever since I was a child. Never thought I'd become a yoga teacher. That was kind of an accident. It wasn't planned, but happy that I am, and I've been doing that now for almost 17 years. So happy to be here, and thank you, Eric, sharing some other practices. Again, part of my intention for this too is my own accountability. I was like, you know what? Let me do at least a once a week like workout online, and it'll also hold me accountable to doing it. And the term if you don't use it, you lose it is definitely starts to get more relevant as we age. And I'm feeling that these days, not gonna lie. So happy to be holding myself accountable to more fitness-based movement as well. If you're not familiar, it's very important for women, especially, you guys, to do weight bearing, or at least body weight activities, especially weight bearing, though, even if it's just body weight, especially as we get older. So it helps our bone density, it helps all kinds of things, and we need to make sure that we're still moving, so we're not losing the movement. And yeah, if you're not familiar, I'm about to turn 40 this year, you guys, in October. It's wild. This body is going to turn 40. I don't feel that way. I mean, sometimes I'm starting to feel that way when I wake up in the morning, but that's another reason why I'm happy to be doing this. So, uh, all right, you guys, what is it? 12:06. It's about that time. I usually like to give it like 5 minutes before we get started. All right, anyone else want to say hello? Let me know if you're here. if you're from South Florida, by the way. If you're not, and yay! Hi, Alyssa. Cool. If you're not from South Florida, welcome. Hello, I'm Jessica Ohm. I didn't introduce myself technically. I know some people stumble upon this page once in a while when I'm doing live streams. I am global, but mostly South Florida based at the moment, and I teach weekly classes in Delray Beach area on the beach, as well as in studios. I'm actually doing a workshop this Saturday downtown Delray Beach for asana alignment. So if you're interested and you're local, and you would like to have a breakdown of some of the poses of a vinyasa practice, I'll do hands-on one-on-one. It's going to be space limited, and yeah, really good time. That cost is $35, and the registration is in my link tree, which should be here on the description and in my bio. If not, it's just, you guys know Linktree, the website Linktree/wanderingheartist. All of my information and links and events and stuff are on there, and as well as my Venmo if you guys want to donate to any of the things that I do, which most everything I do is donation based or free, except for the in studio or special events that I hold, of course, because I need to pay for the space. So all right, we're gonna get started. Here. Hello. Okay, you guys. So I don't stream music. I'm not that fancy yet. Soon I will get there, but right now I'm just keeping it as simple as possible. So if you guys want to throw on some tunes to move to, that's completely up to you. All right, let's get started. If you have a mat, whatever you guys got, even if you don't, it's all good. Most preferably though, we always try to work with a flat surface and some traction for lots of reasons, but if we're ever doing wrist stuff, I don't want you to hyperextend your wrists, so flat surface is always best, because if you're on carpet or something, it can get a little tricky on the wrists. Sorry, I gotta just adjust this. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna start. Center yourself or whatever on your mat, blanket towel, whatever you guys have, and we're gonna do something called bouncing, and that's exactly what it's what it sounds like. We're gonna bounce. So I just want you to start to bounce the body. We're gonna just start to move some energy by bouncing. And if you're weirded out by it, you need to get out of your head and just literally let your body bounce. One of the healthiest things we can do for our lymphatic system is bounce. Rebounders, those little mini trampolines, are actually one of the healthiest things we can do, and we should be bouncing daily. So moving your whole lymphatic system. Now, as you bounce, of course, your heart rate is going to increase. So start to breathe. You can breathe in and out. I'm going to actually move this earring because I think it's probably going to bounce on my speaker. Move your whole body. Let your shoulders bounce. Let your hands bounce. You can go side to side. You can start to do a little wiggle if you want to. Just keep going for about 10 more seconds. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Super good for all of the soleus muscle actually in the calves. It's pumping the blood back up to the heart. Good, and then we're gonna stop. You're gonna still feel your body shaking. Shoulders up. Exhale back. Up and back. Inhale up. Exhale back. And again, inhale, shoulders forward and up. Exhale back. Now we're gonna add the arms. So I want you to inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, you can bend your elbows, draw the shoulders down and back. Good. Inhale up. The intention here is to squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Now, something I also want you to be mindful of is I don't want you to go into a back bend here. If you can, keep the tailbone slightly tucked. So you're inhaling, arms up. Exhale, keep the tailbone tucked, ribs drawing in, shoulders down and back. Inhale up. And exhale back. Again, if you want to, you can breathe out of your mouth here. Most important is that you're breathing. One more. Inhale up. And exhale back. Very good. Now we're going to go into empty coat sleeves. So empty coat sleeves is an easy twist. Again, arms flapping. Some people like to actually, in Qigong, intentionally kind of slap the kidney area, bringing some vitality into the kidneys if you want to do that. Otherwise, just let your arms flap as you go side to side. And again, breathing. Breathing is consistent always. Couple more breaths. Getting all that kinetic energy to come up through the spine. So you're twisting even with your head, getting all that twist and even to the cervical spine. One more breath. And then let's start to slow it down. Coming back to center. Like I said, a little different from yoga, but still mindful. We're going to come to center. Now, widen your feet. If they weren't wide, you can even bring them off of your mat. I would suggest off of the mat. So nice wide leg. Works again. All right, you guys, I'm sorry if I lost a bunch of you there. All right, coming back to our squats. I accidentally got a phone call. That was the first. All right, we're going to lower down, come back up, inhale, lower, exhale up, squeeze. So inhale, you're coming down. Exhale, I want you to see if you can squeeze your glutes a little as you come up. Inhale down, exhale up, and again, inhale down and exhale up. Good. Now turn your toes forward and step your feet a little closer together, coming into a different kind of squat. So still working the glutes, and this is actually opening or waking up the core rather. So our hips are going to go back a little. So instead of keeping the hips neutral like we just did, feet a little closer together. As we inhale, kind of like an Utkatasana squat, you're keeping the spine long. So focus on the posture, on the alignment of the spine. So hips go back, head stays forward, come back up. All right, so inhale down, exhale up. Same thing though. As you inhale, going down, navel in, shoulders back. As you exhale, squeeze to come up. So strong legs. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. Two more. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale down. And exhale up. Very good, you guys. Again, step the feet slowly a little closer together. So now they're hip width apart, directly underneath the hips, parallel. Sometimes I like to imagine squeezing a block between your knees or a ball. So you can notice the knees stay hip width apart. So we're actually going to do some Utkatasanas here, Utkatasana squats, which is a yoga thing. So we're going to draw our hips back, imagining that block is between the knees. Hips go back, arms go up. So again, in Utkatasana, hips are back, navel in, shoulders down, hands up. Again, holding that block between your knees, or imagining you're holding the block between your knees as you hold this Utkatasana. Still waking up the core. We're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to come halfway down. So hips go back, hands go forward, and don't let the hands sag to the earth. Holding, arms back behind you like airplane wings. Squeeze the shoulders back. And then we're going to go inhale up through the hands, and then exhale out of the mouth. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale up and exhale. And one more inhale up and exhale out. Now I want you to hold this position, and I want you to pulse the shoulders and the hands back. So squeeze the shoulders back and breathe. Breathe. Legs are also burning. Good. Rotate the palms forward, reach the hands out in front of you, and then forward fold. Let it all go. So head hangs toward the ground. Now you can relax your arms. Don't press against the ground, and we'll find a nice gentle sway. So find a little rest as you slow your breath down, or at least come into a more conscious breath here. Long, slow breaths. So we're stimulating our nervous system, of course, with these quick, faster, more cardiovascular strength-based movements, and then we come and keep it into that nice, relaxed parasympathetic space with a long, slow, even breath. Super healthy for our nervous system, actually. Testing its capacity, but also reminding ourselves that we are safe, strengthening our body, but also keeping balance with flexibility. We're going to come to center, so go ahead and find a pause. Take a moment to pause, feet hip width apart. On your inhale, let's go ahead and lift up halfway. Like we do in yoga, you can bring your hands to your shins to find a flat back. Bend your knees if you have to. Extend the chest forward. And then exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down to the ground and lunge your left foot back. So your right foot is going to come between your hands. Nice lunge here. You can come to your fingertips and just press back through that left heel. So notice I'm extending through the top of my head. I'm not rounding. If you ever need, you can use some yoga blocks. I don't know why I only have one here. I have two. You can place your hands on them. I haven't, here we go, given prop options very much in this practice, but I should. So if you want to, you can always grab some blocks. Hold this nice lunge position. One more breath. Good, you're going to step the right foot back to a plank, so you can lower the blocks or keep them if you want, just maybe put them at a different distance. Step right foot back, hold your plank. Holding your plank, slight tuck of the tailbone. If you need to come to your knees, you can. Otherwise, challenge yourself here. And then exhale, you can lower to your knees if you need to. Otherwise, elbows hug the body, come down to the ground. Go ahead and release your toes, extend through the legs. And then let's find a little baby cobra. Shoulders pull back, elbows in. So staying low to the ground, you're just pulling your shoulders back. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Let's actually release our hands down by our sides, palms facing up. Take a breath. Exhale all the way out. On your next inhale, lift your chest, lift your shoulders and your legs. So engage the whole back body. Find a nice extension. And then exhale, lower back down to the ground. Palms come next to your ribs. Tuck the toes under, pull the shoulders back, tuck your chin. Pull your navel in and inhale up to plank. And if you can, exhale back down. Inhale up, back down. And one more time, up and back to downward facing dog. Pressing through the heels. Go ahead and paddle your legs a little bit so you can bend one knee and the other as you press back through the straight leg. Staying with the breath. Long, smooth, slow breaths. When we start moving faster, you can breathe again. It's depending on you, in and out through the in through the nose, out through the mouth, if that works better. We're going to step the left foot forward between the hands. Go ahead and step it up. Take your time bringing it up. Lower down to the back knee if you need to. Grab some blocks if you need to. If not, just keep your fingertips on the ground. Keep your palms on the ground. Press through strong arms and then press your right heel back. Extending through that right heel. Drawing the shoulders back. Getting nice and long through the spine. So just opening up this right hip flexor at the same time you're pressing firmly through the left big toe. Pressing back through that right heel. Nice dynamic lunge for one more breath in. Exhale, palms back to the ground if you had blocks. Inhale, left foot back to plank. Hold your plank position. Again, waking up the core, so slight tuck of the tailbone. Actually, if you guys want to, see if you can find 3 points of contact. Maybe lift your right hand, maybe out to the side, and then maybe your left hand. Try not to lift your hips. Both hands back to the ground. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. This time, maybe upward facing dog. Coming through, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes. If that's too much for you, stick with cobra. Exhale back for downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers, pressing the hips back, and letting the head hang freely between your shoulders. Back to the breath. Nice inhale in. Nice long exhale out. Good. Let's walk the feet back to the hands, all the way up to the front of the mat. You can bring your feet hip width apart. On your inhale, rise up halfway. Shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Draw yourself in. Face toward the shins. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time this time. Bringing your hands together at heart center. Tuck the chin. Bend your knees if you have to, you guys, if you have really tight hamstrings. Navel in, nice and tight, coming all the way up to a standing position. Inhale at the top. Exhale out of the mouth, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, hands out and up. Reach up. Exhale, palms down, press the air down around you. Inhale, hands out and up. Reach up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, hands up, eyes up. Exhale, hands down. Good. Let's interlace the hands behind the back. If that's too much for you, you can also clasp your opposite elbows here. Otherwise, interlacing the fingers, you could also use a strap. I didn't pull that out as well, but I'll show you guys really quick. I got all my little props in here. If you want to grab a yoga strap or a belt or anything ever, this is also a nice prop to have. Actually, this is a yoga mat holder, it looks like. But if you hold a belt or a strap behind your back, if you can't quite clasp the hands, that's also a nice option. All right. Fingertips down or knuckles down toward the earth, chest up, hips press forward. So core is in, tailbone slightly tucked, pressing the hips forward, shoulders down, maybe the eyes slightly up. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Press into the toes, navel stays in as you come forward, hands come over the head. Even if you're holding onto that strap, face toward the shins, back of the neck stays long as you pull the shoulders down and back. Eventually, those hands come all the way up and over the head. Even if your knees are slightly bent, breathing here, so stretching the hamstrings at the same time. We're getting that chest opening. One more breath. Finish your exhale. Go ahead and release your hands down to the ground. Inhale again, come up halfway. Bend your knees like you're going to sit back into the chair. We're going to find that half chair pose again. Hands go forward. Again, imagine you're holding a beach ball, a block, something in front of you through your hands, right? Hips go down. We're going to lower the hips down and reach the hands up, hold. So don't let your heels come off the ground here, you guys. Keep those heels down. So bring your weight back toward the heels. The toes are light, hands are reaching nice and high. Take a breath, lower down, and then exhale, forward fold. Draw yourself in. You can grab your ankles if you'd like to here. Pull your shoulders back and deepen into that fold. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your hands back down to the ground. You can step your way back to a plank position. Take an inhale and plank, and exhale again. Lower down for chaturanga. Those of you who want to add an extra push-up or come to your knees, you're also welcome. Do a couple push-ups if you'd like to. Get that midday wake up. Inhale, open the chest. Even if you need cobra, exhale back. Downward facing dog. Good. Let's breathe. And we're going to step left foot to the midline. So to the center of the mat, right foot is going to lift up, flex or flank the toes. So nice, strong right leg. Also pressing back through the left heel. So it's a little down dog with one leg lifted, pressing back through that left leg. Very important. Don't let that knee bend if you can. And then go ahead and lift that right foot up as high as you can. You can lift that right hip a little, bend the right knee. Maybe roll your right ankle around. Might get some clicking and popping in that ankle. Inhale, lift that foot to the sky. Exhale, bring it halfway down again as you reach back through the foot. Again, pressing left heel back at the same time. Reach back through the right foot and then right knee to the nose. Round and curl. Exhale, pull the knee into the body. Shoulders are forward over the palms. Inhale, right foot back and up in the air again. Reach it up. Exhale again, right knee to the nose. Inhale again, press it up. Exhale, right knee to the nose, round and curl. Now lift your right chin away from the ground as far as you can. Look forward and then step the right foot between your hands. So go ahead and bring it all the way up there. Wiggle the feet in the right position if you need to. Get the right foot between your hands and the left foot nice and back behind you. From here, you can lower down to the back knee if you need. Actually, let's all lower down to the back knee for a moment. Come up to this right knee and allow that left hip flexor to stretch as we press the hips down and draw the shoulders down as well. So shoulders are down. Nice deep breaths into that left hip. Beautiful. You guys, let's reach the left hand up toward the sky and accentuate that hip flexor stretch so you can feel through the psoas as you press that left hip forward. Reach through that left hand, extend it up and over to the right a little bit so you feel a big stretch through that whole left side. Back up to center as you breathe in. Reach up, and then as you exhale, let's go ahead and bring the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Now, the further out you can get it, the better. If that's still not a possibility for you today, you could bring the left hand down to the ground underneath the shoulder, all right? So that's a nice modification. You're going to bring right hand to left hand if you're in this prayer twist. Pull the shoulders down and look up and over that right shoulder. If you're in the second option, left hand down to the ground, right hand up, and then see if you can lift the back knee from the ground. Same option in the prayer twist. If you guys want to, you're welcome to lift the back knee, press through that heel, extend that heel back behind you, eyes up. Everybody, eyes up toward the ceiling or to the sky if you're outside. One more breath in. Exhale, twist. Go ahead and look down to the ground. Everyone, both hands back down to the ground. Frame the right foot, step your right foot back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Moving through a flow. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Breathe in. Exhale, back for downward facing dog. Following your breath. Good. Maybe taking a moment there. How's everyone doing? Hopefully good. We're going to step right foot to the midline, left foot up. So inhale brings that foot up, point or flex the toes, press back through that right heel. So most important here, you guys, is that we're really extending back through that right foot, right heel and right leg. And then go ahead and lift that left leg up a little higher. Now you can open up the hip, bend your left knee if you'd like to, roll the ankle around, maybe flipping that left knee up a little higher. Go ahead and bring the foot to the sky and then lower it halfway down. So reaching back nice and strong through both legs, and then left knee to the nose, round and curl. Exhale, pull it in, shoulders forward. Inhale, left foot back and up in the air. Exhale again, do it. Knee to the nose. Inhale, left foot back and up in the air. And one more time, we bring the knee to the nose, pull the shin away from the ground, look forward, and step the left foot between the hands all the way up. Lower down to the back knee, come up to the left knee with both hands, maybe left hand first, right hand follows. Allow the right hip to drop toward the ground. Breathe. I know my heart is beating fast. Good, keep the left hand on your knee. Right hand is going to reach up toward the sky. Again, we're accentuating this psoas stretch. So allow your right hip to drop forward. Reach over to the left a little bit. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Right hand back to the sky, breathing in. Either we bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and come into a prayer twist, or bring right hand down to the ground underneath the shoulder, looking up and over that shoulder. If you're in the prayer twist, hands together. Inhale, lift away from that left leg. And then exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. Lifting the back knee from the ground if possible, pressing back through the right heel, knee lifts. Eyes are still up. Those of you with the left hand lifted, fingers spread. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands back down to the ground. Frame the foot, step the left foot back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Feel free to add an extra push-up if you guys are feeling it today. Upward facing dog or cobra. Inhale. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. Couple breaths. Really breathe in, expanding the navel area as you exhale. Press through the heels, accelerating down through those heels. Nice strong legs. We're going to come to the front of the mat. I'm going to give you guys some fun options though to play with. So something called donkey kicks. I used to do this a lot in my vinyasa classes. You come high on the toes, look forward, but instead of jumping forward, we're going to jump our heels to the butt. It looks like this, heels to the butt, and then feet come back down to the ground, right? So it's kind of like allowing your hips to come over the shoulders and coming back. Now, some of you might just do this. That's okay too. But if you can, maybe 3 donkey kicks or floats. If you guys float, it means hips go up over the shoulders first, come back down to the ground. Eventually they come into a handstand, but that's what I wasn't trying to do that. Eventually feet all the way up. That definitely will get your heart rate up. I haven't done those in a long time. So feet together between the hands, go ahead and ground your feet. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, fold into the legs. Draw yourself in. Whew. Didn't know what I was getting myself into doing this. Let's bend the knees, sink the hips, heels down, inhale, hands up. Utkatasana. Of course, you can always take what you want, leave the rest, right? Hands together, cross the thumbs if you'd like. Inhale, rise to standing, breathe in. At the top, exhale, hips press forward, thumbs go back, a little bit of a back bend. Back up to center, breathe in nice and long. Exhale, let's slowly lower, hands to heart center. Find a moment of pause. Yes, my heart is also racing, so we get to regulate our breath, regulating our nervous system. Step our feet a little wider, so about feet hip width apart. How's everyone doing here? All right. Good. All right, so we're going to bring our weight into our left foot now. So notice throughout the day, a lot of times we're kind of just hanging out, one foot, maybe hip is out to the side. Not very good posture, doesn't create a lot of balance in the body. In fact, it actually creates a lot of imbalance in the body. So here we get to become a little more conscious, number one, of our unconscious patterns, but create a little more balance as well through creating some awareness and consciously correcting. So we're going to bring our weight to our left foot, press into the left big toe, pinky toe, and heel, come to the right toes. Now, the intention here is to try to keep that body weight over the left side without leaning forward or back. If we can, we get taller. We're going to lift the right knee up, flex the foot. You can even pull that knee up a little bit, but try not to lean back here. Just press down through your left foot to continue to lift that right knee up. Hands come to your hips, shoulders pull down, navel is in. So just balancing. And of course, if this is hard for you, you can always keep your foot a little lower. It doesn't have to be as high as mine. Don't lean back, lifting that knee. And then when you're ready, you're going to kick that right foot forward. So kick it out in front of you and hold it there. Yes, that's a lot for that quad. You're going to point the toe. Whew, I'm shaking too. Flex the foot. Point the toe. Good, flex, and then bend your right knee. From here, I want you to send the right foot back behind you. So you're kicking it back, and as you're kicking it back, see if you can start to hinge at the hips. Keep breathing, bring it forward. Even if you start to lose your balance, you can bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings to help the balance if you'd like here. Now, as a challenge, you can either bring both hands down to the ground, right? Float them down slowly, or we're going to come into a half moon pose. Half moon, left hand comes to the ground, right hand can come to your right hip, and you're going to start to roll your right hip open and press the right foot back behind you. I'm going to show you guys this way. If you have a block, this is helpful. You can bring your left hand down to a block, lift your right foot, and press through the heel. That's not a very good visual, is it? So like this, right? I'm even losing my balance because I'm moving too fast. So left hand down, right foot back, press through the heel. Eventually, the right hand goes up and our gaze goes to the side or even up past the right hand. Now, the left big toe is working hard to hold the balance, but breathe. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and bring right hand back down to the ground. If you lifted it, square the hip. Hip square, right foot is pressing back behind you. We're going to curl the right knee to the nose. I want you to curl it in. Exhale, round. Inhale, press it back. Bring your hands to some blocks if you need to. Nice option. Exhale, round. Inhale, press. Kick it back. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, press. And then exhale. We're going to step that right foot back into a lunge. So float it down. Walk your hands back, coming into a nice lunge. And then go ahead and bring left foot straight back to plank as you breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Cobra, remember you can stick here, shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale back, downward facing dog. If you need rest, you can take a child's pose, of course. Child's pose, if you're not familiar, here it is. Find it here if you need. Nice rest, nice place for home. If you're okay with downward facing dog, go ahead and stick with that. Maybe you want to paddle your legs. Let's take 2 more breaths. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Good, and then we're going to come back to our hands. Remember the ways you can come back: walk, you could step, you could jump, or if you want, float. Try floating, maybe finding those donkey kicks. Eventually, there is a float at the top of the mat. Maybe it's for a second to start, keeping the arms straight if you jump, and then eventually the feet do just float down between the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. We rise to standing, navel in, maybe bend the knees if you need to or like to. Come all the way up, breathing in, maybe your palms touch, maybe you find a little back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back to Tadasana. Take a nice grounding breath here. So if we don't breathe when we're trying to move, or even through life, I would say it's a good reflection. We lose our balance really quick. We lose our center, and it's hard to come back to balance if we don't have that center. So The breath allows us to continue to find center. It's one of the most powerful, literally most important, I think, things that we should learn, or that we can learn, that we're often not taught in school, to have as a tool throughout our lives. It's just that breath awareness. So step your feet a little wider, or excuse me, yeah, hip width apart, so a little wider than together, of course. Other side. So we're going to bring our weight into the right foot this time. Same thing we did on the other side before. We just go into it. Shift your body weight, shift your center over that right foot. Press through the big toe, the pinky toe, open the toes, right? Like yogi toes. You can spread those toes wide. Spread those toes wide. Feel the earth with the foot. Come to the left toes. Feel the length through the spine. Feel the navel drawing in. Lock your eyes on one point and then lift your left foot, flexing that foot as you pull that knee into the body. Again, we're not leaning forward or back. We're leaning up. Flex your foot, and then we're going to press that foot forward. You can bring your hands to your hips here. You can bring your hands to heart center if you want as well, but we're going to press that foot forward. Now keep that heel lifted as high as you can. Point the toe. Breathe. Flex. Point. Flex. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, and we're going to kick it back behind us slowly, hinging the hips, hinging the chest forward. Again, hands together, heart center, hands to your hips. That's up to you. Holding, just pressing that left foot back behind you. You can bring your arms out to the side too if you need. Keep the hips square to the ground. And then from here, either both hands or right hand down to the ground. Set yourself up for Ardha Chandrasana or half moon pose. So we're going to open up this left hip, roll it back. Imagine your body's going to go against a wall, right? Left heel is pressing straight back behind you, pressing through that heel actively. Left hand starts to go up to the sky if you can manage that. Eventually, the eyes also go up. Again, a nice option is to have a block, right? If you're not that open in that right hamstring, you can put your right hand on top of something, even a water bottle if you don't have a block, to lift. And the intention here is you're lifting with your core. You're pressing through that left foot. So eventually this right hand becomes even lighter and you can almost float it off the ground. Ooh, I'm losing my balance today too. Left hand up, breathe in. Exhale, left hand down to the ground. We're going to square the hip. Keep that back leg lifted if you can. Flex it. Flex the foot. Breathe. Exhale, knee to the nose, round and curl. Hands on blocks if you need. Inhale, press and lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Knee to the nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Last time. Inhale, extend and press through that heel. Press, press, press. Exhale, walk your hands back. Step the left foot back into a long lunge. Right knee over the ankle. Hold the lunge. And then both hands to the ground when you're ready. Right foot back to plank. Inhale, find plank. Exhale, lower down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Shoulders down and back, chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back through the heels. Into the breath. Woo! Nice long breaths. I am shaking, but feel good. Nice inhale in. Go ahead and press the heels back into the ground a little more. Let's come to a seated position. Look between your hands. So I don't often do this in my classes on the beach, but if you want to try, you guys, you can float. If you're not familiar with floating, I'm using the blocks to show you. That means you're either jumping, or rather you can float your knees down like so, super slow. Some of you might want to float the legs through. You look between the hands. You just kind of swing your legs through and lower down. You can also do that without blocks, but blocks are a nice kind of like training wheel to that. So the trick for that, of course, is looking between the hands and coming through. As you exhale, the legs go through. If that's obviously not a possibility for you today, even just working on slowly, watch me drag my toes. It's kind of like a donkey kick. Think about bringing the hips higher up toward the sky and floating down with control of your transverse abdominals. We do the same thing when we do Lolasana, lifting the knees into the body. It's not about pressing into the feet. It's about pressing into the hands and lifting the knees using your transverse abdominals. So it's a little trick. All right. If you guys need water or anything, you can take it. How's everyone doing? I didn't even grab my water today. I'm going hard. All right. So let's bring our legs out in front of us. Legs out in front of us, feet hip width apart. What do I got here? Wondering if I should use any props. All right. Feet hip width apart. We're going to roll onto our back one vertebra at a time. And this is very important, again, to develop that transverse abdominal control. All right. Slowly, we're going to tuck the tailbone. I'm going to move this a little sideways for you guys to see this here. By the way, if you're on a hard surface like myself, double mats are always good. Or putting a towel. I also use these little pads sometimes if I need extra support on my knees, on my sacrum, anything you might need. Please always take care of the bod. All right, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. Don't let the knees come together. Blocks are always a good, I was going to use these, good little prop to show. You can squeeze those knees in. As you do that, you're already engaging the core. So what we're going to do, notice how you can tuck the tailbone and start to come down. And I want you to do that. So inhale, come up. Before we even go down, let's do this. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, up. Exhale, tuck and round. Last time. Inhale, reach up, forward. You could also reach your hands up. Exhale, round. Now, we're going to stay here. I want you to take a breath staying here. And then come a little lower, but don't go all the way down yet. Hang out right here, that second place that you're shaking. I'm shaking too. We're going to hold there. Take a breath in. Soften the face and neck. Exhale a little low, right before the shoulder blades touch. Don't let them touch. Pause, hold, squeeze, feel the core. Nice breath in. And then exhale all the way down. Now you can extend your hands up and over the head. You could put the block aside if you have it. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit here so I can make sure I'm in the screen. All right, so from here, we're going to draw the knees into the body. Go ahead and pull them in, rock a little side to side. Give yourself a nice little lower back massage. Maybe a little sacral massage, doing some little circles with the knees. Maybe switching directions. Just a little rest before we do more core. Come back to center. I say this all the time. A strong core is a superpower. It is like literally a superpower in this life. Probably one of the most important things for our overall health is keeping a strong center, right? Not just in balance, but strength, right? Okay, knees in. We're going to go ahead and press the left foot down away from us, and we're going to curl right knee into the body. Now we're going to lift the shoulder blades up off the ground again, and what you can't see, I might actually scoot back a little bit, is my left heel is not on the ground. So I'm hovering the left foot up off the ground. Right knee is pulling in, left heel is lifted, right? So this is still engaged, and then I'm going to switch. Breathe in first, and then exhale, switch, left knee in, right? Right heel is pressing down, not on the ground, right? Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Core draws in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Exhale. Good. And then lay down, draw both knees into the body, squeeze. From here, legs go up, feet flexed or pointed, whatever you guys want, right? So point of the feet, flex of the toes. Let's bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. Lift the shoulder blades up off the ground. Core is engaged again, tight, nice and tight. Even if your legs are down here, which maybe they are, and that's a little harder, and that's great too. Hold. Good. Hold. And lower. Draw the knees back into the body. Squeeze them in. Roll a little side to side. Good. Let's do a little twist. Bring left foot down to the ground. Right knee stays in. We're going to bring right knee across the body to the left, finding a nice spinal twist. Right arm goes out to the right. Take a nice breath in. Long exhale out, twisting. Ooh. Woo, the water in my belly was doing some things. Come back to center, switch. Right knee in first, left knee follows, and then right foot comes down. Hug the left knee in, and left knee across the body to the right, left arm out to the left, shoulder down. Nice long spine. So nice long spine, reaching out. You should get a nice stretch through that left shoulder as well, in the chest area, that pectoral area, which we don't get enough of. Maybe I'll do a bonus upper body yin class for us soon. Give a thumbs up if you want that. One more breath. Back to center, both knees back into the body, squeeze them in. Hug the legs in tightly, and then curl your nose towards your knees. Good. Go ahead and bring the legs. Actually, you know what? Let's bring them into a little TikTok. So legs to 90 degrees, like so. First option, arms out to the side. Second option for a TikTok, legs up for Supta Dandasana. Just straight if you can get them. It's up to you, whatever you want, either one. But what we're going to do is isolate our obliques. So really quick, you guys, the obliques, if you're not familiar, are the side abdominals here, right? So we're going to TikTok our knees, but we're going to use the strength of our arms and our obliques. I'll show you what I mean. We're going to allow the legs to come halfway down over to the right to start. So let them come halfway down. Again, if your legs are straight, that's fine too, but you're pressing into the right hand, holding, pressing, and then as you exhale, you're going to pull the legs to center. Again, using the obliques. We're using the full abdominal wall really, but especially the obliques here. Inhale over to the left, press into the left hand. Maybe you keep those knees bent. Exhale. Back to center, squeeze. Inhale to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. If you can, when you exhale, come to center, press the lower back down to the ground. So think about pressing your lower back down to the ground. Inhale to the right. Exhale, press the lower back down to center. Inhale to the left. And last time, exhale, press the lower back down to center. Straighten the legs one more time. This time, reach the hands up and over the head. Hands up and over the head, legs up toward the sky. Breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to lift your hands up over the shoulders and then try to touch your toes. Reach up, reach, shoulders up off the ground, legs up, and then exhale, lower back down. Bend the knees into the body, bring the feet flat to the ground. We're going to come right into bridge. So after all that contraction of the abdominal wall, we're going to open it up. So go ahead and bring your elbows into the body, roll a little right and left, bring your fingertips down toward your heels and pull the shoulder blades down. So your shoulder blades are down, the back of the neck is elongated on the mat, on the earth, feet hip width apart, and the toes are straight forward. Again, as an indication here, or a little marker, you can use the block if you'd like to. Feet hip width apart, again, toes straight forward, press through the hips. So I want you to exhale. Press and squeeze, kind of like we did in our squats at the beginning. We're going to do some hip lifts here. So instead of holding, I want you to inhale, lower, don't all the way lower, just barely lower to the ground, and then exhale, squeeze. Okay, so we'll keep this going. Inhale, lower head in neutral. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower, every movement with control. Exhale, squeeze. And last one. Inhale, lower. Again, barely touch. And then exhale, really squeeze, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the upper hamstrings, press, and lower. Whew. Legs into the body. Roll a little if you need to. Very good. I want to do a little more core and then one more round of bridge. So let's go ahead and let that left leg come down toward the ground again, but don't, actually, you know what? Go ahead and let the left heel come to the ground if you need to all the way first. Right leg up. You can grab the back of the right thigh, stretch that right hamstring, roll the ankle out a little bit if you need, or if you'd like to. You know, our ankles work so hard, our feet work so hard. There's all kinds of muscles, tendons, and ligaments right there. So open it up. If you let the left foot come down to the ground like me, go ahead and lift it up, flex or floint the foot. So we're engaging that left leg again, engaging the right leg. Then you're going to crawl up that right leg, grab whatever you can, pull yourself in, pulling the face toward the shin, drawing yourself in as high as you can. Take a breath, shoulder blades up off the ground. Exhale, switch. Right foot doesn't come on the ground, so we're hovering that right foot from the ground, drawing yourself into that hamstring. Exhale, switch. Rather into the quad, but we're stretching the hamstring. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Couple more. So get that hamstring stretch and lengthen at the same time, getting that core activated, right? And we'll finish on this left side and lower the shoulders. Go ahead and move around a little bit. And then from here, we're going to do a little Baddha Konasana stretch. So bring the feet, Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the feet together and the knees out to the side. So stretching the hip flexors a little bit. You can even take your hands, press down through the tops of your thighs, kind of tractioning even your lower back through your whole spine as you press down through those hands. Deep breaths. So good. Soften. Let the knees just relax. So gravity's doing the work for us here, just allowing those knees to open toward the ground, getting that nice passive stretch through the psoas, even into the belly. Deep breaths right into the belly. Long, slow exhale. Again, coming back into that nice, relaxed nervous system space. We're going to draw the knees back together. Go ahead and pull them back into the body. Hug them in. And we'll continue a little more wind down here, a little stretching for the hips. You can grab the outsides of the feet and come into Ananda Balasana, aka Happy Baby. Go ahead and open up the feet like so. So you're holding on to the outsides of your feet. And if you can, eventually both knees come down underneath the arms, right? If possible, not all the way down, but rather you're getting them toward that position. Feet up, heels up, shoulders down, lower back also flat to the ground. Eventually, I know this can be challenging for some to get the lower back all the way down to the ground, but eventually it does when we're a little more open in the hips. So again, shoulders down, lower back down. And then from here, if you'd like, you can also transition to grabbing the big toes with the peace fingers if that works for you. And then maybe one leg out at a time, stretching through the heels. Or pressing through the heels rather. So pressing one foot out, and if you have the flexibility, of course, you can grab the outside of the foot one at a time. Eventually we come into a full straddle. So we're working on getting both heels out to the side at the same time and toes back toward you. And if you can't hold on to the outsides of your feet, of course, you can hold on to the calves or even the insides of your thighs if you need, but press out through the feet, press out through the heels, work on getting those toes back toward you and eventually toward the ground behind you. We're going to bring the legs back together, everybody, back to our Supta Dandasana, feet up in the air. Just holding this position. You can place your palms over your belly or down by your sides. Just leave those legs lifted. One more breath. Maybe you want to flex or point the toes and squeeze your heels together. And then exhale. Draw the knees in. We'll go into one more bridge here. Feet flat to the ground, hip width apart, toes facing forward. All right. Scoop the elbows into the body, draw the shoulder blades down your back. And this time we're lifting the hips straight up. And if you can, clasp your hands underneath you. Interlace the fingers like so. Make sure the toes are directly forward, not out to the side, okay? Forward here. Again, pressing through the heels, pressing through the big toes. Feeling the glutes engaged. So see if you can find a little bit of engagement here and in the upper hamstrings, strengthening this area here while we breathe. So drawing the knuckles down towards your heels as you inhale. I want you to inflate your belly up like a balloon. So the breath goes right into the solar plexus. Exhale, it empties. Again, inhale, fully inflate your belly like a balloon. Exhale, empty it out. You don't have to do the Ujjayi breath in this practice. I would recommend it in certain poses, but here, just move the energy. 2 more breaths. Nice inhale. Exhale out. If you can, one more. If you need to lower, that's fine. One more breath otherwise. And then exhale slowly. Unclasp your hands. Now come down to the ground, one vertebra at a time. Now I want you to either let your knees come together or feet together, knees out to the side, whichever one worked or felt best for your body to go into. And take a couple more breaths. So just rest for a moment. Long, slow breaths. If you'd like to, you can place your palms on your belly or one hand over your belly, one hand over your chest, and breathe into them. Again, feet can be out wide, knees together, or together and feet together, knees wide. It's up to you, either one. Long, slow, diaphragmatic inhale all the way up to the chest. Pausing at the top, exhale, let it out. Nice and slow. If your knees were together, you can bring them apart. If they were apart, you can bring them together and then go ahead and pull your legs back into the body one more time. Roll the ankles, roll a little if you want, right and left. Find another breath or two. And we're going to take a little mini Shavasana here when you're ready before coming into it. Squeeze yourself into a ball. I want you to grab the outsides of the feet if you can. Curl yourself into a little bit of a ball. Squeeze your body, hold tight, and then let everything out. So go ahead and open up on the mat. Pull the shoulders down, press into the back of the head. Arms out to the side, feet wide. Let your whole body relax onto the earth or whatever you got here. If you want to have your legs on some pillows, it's nice to make it comfortable, but just let your whole body relax here for just a minute. Just a minute. Allow all the vibration, all the movement of the practice to just become still. See if you can start to elongate your breath now. Super long, slow inhale, find a pause at the top, and then a really long, slow exhale at the bottom. And maybe find you can inhale for a count of 4, maybe 5, eventually possibly 6. And then exhale for the same amount of time or for 2 seconds longer. Just try that. Couple more rounds. Good. Start to just make little small movements of the fingers and toes. Roll the ankles, roll the wrists. Like a good morning stretch. Reach the hands away from the feet. Big breath. And draw those legs in. Wrap your arms around them. Roll a little. And now you can either roll to one side, you guys take a moment, maybe your right side, it's a healthy side to roll on for a moment to pause. Some of you might want to just roll straight up, that's okay too, but possibly rolling onto the right, getting that blood to just pull into the heart for a moment, and then slowly coming up. On an inhale, making your way back to center. Hoo-wee. Take a moment to ground into your seat. Take a breath. Acknowledge yourself for doing this work today. If you stuck with me through this whole practice, you're amazing. Yes, 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 good job. This was good too for me. I'm so glad we're doing this. I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm so glad you're here with me doing this. Place your palms together. Just acknowledge yourself once again for showing up today. If you want, you can also place your palms over your heart, maybe palm over palm, or one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. It's a nice way to just acknowledge this beautiful vessel for also all the hard work that it does and always does for us through this life, right? Sometimes we're hard on it, but just notice what a beautiful, resilient vehicle vessel this thing is. Feed it good, healthy, vibrant food of the earth as much as possible. Think positive thoughts, say nice things to it. It listens, it responds to those thoughts and those words. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Feel free to leave me any feedback. Again, let me know what you might have liked about it, what you might have found challenging, what you might like a different possible class in the future. I am going to continue these power hour practices going forward, either Tuesdays or Thursdays at noon. Again, if you want to follow me in real life, you can find me. I'm mostly based in Delray Beach, but I'm happy to travel to do workshops and classes anywhere else. If you ever want to host me, feel free to reach out. Currently, my social media is down. My Meta accounts, I should say, Instagram, Facebook. Unfortunately, Meta made a massive error and disabled my accounts. I'm trying to get them back. It's really been stressful. It's 3 weeks now without them. It's been a time. So this is really good for me too, to move some of that energy, because I've been dealing with that almost every day for 3 weeks. So send some prayers, send some good energy to resolve that as soon as possible as well. Otherwise, yes, you can find me, you guys, again on my Linktree. I'm here on YouTube, in real life, running around wherever this beautiful planet has me called to, and hope to connect with you guys. If you want to donate to the classes for any reason, my Venmo is also on my Linktree. It's Venmo at Jessica Ohm, JESSICAOM. I also do Zelle, which is my phone number, PayPal, which is my email address, and CashApp, which is also at Jessica Ohm. All right, you guys, hope to see you soon, if not on this platform, somewhere else, or on the beach in Delray Beach, Florida. All right, you guys, happy Thursday. Mwah.